Welcome back, friends, to the news of 26th May from the newspaper The Hindu. And if you are preparing for any government examination, you can visit our website isbio.com or exammap.com, or you can also contact us on our WhatsApp number. So let's start the video. First topic is National Green Tribunal. It is a specialized body set up under National Green Tribunal Act 2010 for effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forests and other natural resources. So, India is the third country in the world to set up a specialized environmental tribunal only after Australia and New Zealand. So, two other countries are Australia and New Zealand. These this is the important point, and the first developing country to do so. India is also the first developing country to set up a specialized environmental tribunal also. So it is mandated to make disposal of applications or appeals finally within the 6 months of filling of the same. So what is the structure of NGT, that is National Green Tribunal? It comprises of chairperson, judicial members and expert members. They shall hold office of a term of 5 years and not eligible for reappointment. Also important point, and the chairperson is appointed by central government in consultation with Chief Justice of India. So the powers and jurisdiction of tribunal is that over overall civil cases involving substantial question relating to environment, and it is not bound the procedure laid down under Code of Civil Procedure 1908, but shall be guided by the principles of natural justice. So the important point, it is guided by the principles of natural justice, and NGT deals with civil cases under 7 laws relating to environment, and these are Water Prevention and Control of Act 1974, Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Cess Act 1977, Forest Conservation Act 1980, Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, Environment Protection Act 1986, Public Liability Insurance Act 1991, and Biological Diversity Act 2002. But there are also two important acts which kept out of NGT's jurisdiction, and these two acts are Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Recognition of Forest Act 2006. So these are two important acts which have been kept out of NGT's jurisdiction. Next topic is constitutional protection to governor and president. So protection of president and government is the Article 361. Article 361 of Indian Constitution is the exemption to the fundamental right to equality enshrined in Article 14, and this exception is for protection of president and governors, and it basically grants immunity to country's president and governors from the prosecution while in office. So the article says that the president or governor are not personally answerable to any court for the exercise and performance for their powers while in office, and but it does not mean that the conduct of these two office holders cannot be checked. Article 361 makes it clear that conduct of president may be brought under review by any court, tribunal or body appointed by or designated by either House of Parliament for the investigation of the charge under Article 361, and no criminal proceedings can be started or continued against president or governor in any court during his term of office, and no court can issue arrest warrants for president as well as governor while in office, and civil proceedings against a governor or president against things done by him in his personal capacity can be done only within prior 2 months notice. So this is an important point, that civil proceedings against governor or president against things done by him in his personal capacity. This is point to remember. In his personal capacity can be done only with a prior and the term of the notice, that is 2 months. Next topic is Permanent Court of Arbitration. So it was established in 1899 and the headquarter of PCA is Hague, Netherlands, and it is an international intergovernmental organization dedicated to serve the international community in the field of dispute resolution and to facilitate arbitration and other forms of dispute resolution between states. So it has 3 part of organizational structure consisting of, first one is administrative council to oversee its policy and budget, second is member of the court, a panel of independent potential arbitrators, and third one is international bureau, that is its secretariat and headed by the secretary general. So it has financial assistance fund which aims at helping developing countries meet part of cost involved in international arbitration or other means of dispute settlement offered by Permanent Court of Arbitration. Next topic is semiconductor. So semiconductors are the materials which have a conductivity between conductors and non-insulators, that is insulators. So semiconductors can be a compound such as gallium arsenide or pure element such as gallium or silicon. And gallium arsenide, gallium silicon are some of the most used semiconductors, and silicon is used in electronic circuit fabrication, and gallium arsenide is used in solar cells, laser diodes, etc. And the properties of semiconductors are that they act like an insulator at 0 Kelvin, and on increasing the temperature it works as a conductor. Due to their exceptional electrical properties, semiconductors can be modified by doping, that is adding impurity to a conductor, and to make semiconductor devices suitable for energy conversion switches and amplifiers, and they have less power losses, and semiconductors are smaller in size and possess less weight, and their resistivity is high than conductors but lesser than insulators, and the resistance of semiconductor materials decreases with the increase in the temperature and vice versa. So uses of semiconductors are temperature sensors and used in 3D printing machines, used in microchips and self-driving cars, used in calculators, solar plates, computers and other electronic devices, and also used as transistor and MOSFET, used as switch in electric circuits. Physical and chemical properties of semiconductors make them capable of designing technological wonders like microchips, transistors, LEDs, solar cells, and microprocessor used for controlling the operation of space vehicles, trains, robots, etc. is made up of transistors and other controlling devices which are manufactured by semiconductor materials. Next topic is Virgin Galactic rocket. So Virgin Galactic announced that its VSS Unity with pilots Dave Mackey and CJ at the controls accelerated to 3 times speed of sound and reached an altitude of just cover 55 miles or 89 kilometers above sea level before making its gliding return through the atmosphere. So the crew enjoyed extraordinary views of Earth from the black skies of space, and during several minutes of weightlessness, and Moses floated free to complete a number of cabin evaluation test points and the human validation of data previously collected via sensors and live testing of other physical elements of cabin interior, and fundamental to the provision of a safe but enjoyable customer experience, Virgin Galactic said that. Next topic is Havana syndrome. So in late 2016, USA diplomats and other employees stationed in Havana, that is capital of Cuba. So Havana is the capital of Cuba, important point, and reported feeling ill after hearing strange sounds and experiencing odd physical sensations. So the symptoms included nausea, severe headaches, fatigue, dizziness, sleep problems, and hearing loss, which have since come to be known as Havana syndrome. So Havana syndrome is related to feeling ill after hearing strange sounds. And the more chronic problems suffered by Havana personnel included mainly vestibular processing and cognitive problems such as insomnia and headache. And while the symptoms have resolved for some of the affected employees, for others effects have lingered and posed a significant obstacle to their work and affected the normal functioning of the lives. So here's the term microwave weapons. So these are supposed to be a type of direct energy weapons which aim highly focused energy in the form of sonic laser microwaves at a target and high frequency electromagnetic radiations heat the water in the human body and cause discomfort and pain, and it works same as kitchen appliances. So in a microwave oven, an electron tube called a magnotrain produces electromagnetic waves, that is microwaves, and that bounce around the metal interior of appliance and observed by the food. So the microwaves agitate the water molecules in the food and their vibration produces heat that cooks the food, and food with high water content cook faster in a microwave oven than drier foods. So the countries with microwave weapons, that a number of countries are thought to have developed these weapons to target both humans and electronic systems. China had first put on a display its microwave weapon called Poly WB1 at the show in 2014, and USA has also developed a prototype microwave style weapon which calls active Daniel system, which is the first non-lethal directed energy counter personnel system with an extended range greater than currently fielded non-lethal weapons. So there are two countries with microwave weapons. First one is China and then USA. Next topic is ecological tax reforms. So the environmental tax reforms generally involve three complementary activities. First one is eliminating existing subsidies and taxes that have a harmful impact on environment. Then second, restructuring existing taxes in an environmentally supportive manner, and then initiating new environmental taxes. So the taxes can be designed either as revenue neutral or revenue augmenting, and the additional revenue can either be targeted towards the provision of environmental public goods or directed towards the overall revenue pool. In India, eco taxes can target three main areas, and these three main areas are differential taxation on vehicles in the transport sector purely, and second one is in the energy sector. First one in the transport sector, second one in the energy sector by taxing fuels, and third one is waste generations and use of natural resources. So the fixation of eco tax rate is the success of ecological tax in India would depend on its architecture, that is how well it is planned and designed, and the eco tax rate ought to be equal to the marginal social cost arising from negative externalities associated with the production, consumption, and disposal of goods and services. Negative externalities means the negative impact on the economy, and it requires an evaluation of damage to the environment based on scientific assessments with which would include the adverse impact on health of people, climate change, etc. Next topic is Auroville. So it is an experimental township in Villupuram district, mostly in the state of Tamil Nadu and with some parts in the Union Territory of Puducherry. So Ever Slow Green tells the story of its unique afforestation project and took root on in our eroded desert plateau in the Villupuram district in Tamil Nadu, and the project was supported by Arivile and funded by 50th anniversary celebration in 2018, and the documentary premiered at Orville Film Festival 2020. So it was founded in 1968 by Mira Alfasa, which is known as the Mother, a French spiritual guru and a collaborator of Sri Aurobindo, who considered her to be equal yogic statue to him and called her by name the Mother. Next topic is Mount Irangongo. So it is an active stratovolcano with an elevation of 3,470 meter in Virunga Mountains associated with Albertine Rift. It is located inside Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So this mountain is located in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, about 12 kilometers north of the town of Goma and Lake Kivu. So the main crater is about 2 kilometers wide and usually contains a lava lake, and its lava lake has at times has been most voluminous, known as lava lake in the recent history, and they are 40% of Africa's historical volcanic eruptions, and the lava lakes are large volumes of molten lava, usually basaltic, contained in volcanic vent, crater, or broad depression. Next topic is China. Cooperation between China and Central and Eastern European countries, that is China CEEC, is an initiative by Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs to promote business and investment relations between China and 16 countries of CEE, and these 16 countries are Albania, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Estonia, Greece, Hungary, Latvia, North Macedonia, Montenegro, Poland, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. And this was founded in 2012 in Warsaw, and earlier it was known as 17 plus 1, but after Lithuania quits it in May 2021, it is known as 16 plus 1. So the Central and Eastern Europe is a term encompassing the countries in Central Europe and the Baltics, Eastern Europe, and Southeast Europe, which usually meaning former communist states from the Eastern Bloc and Warsaw Pact in Europe. So Lithuania is a country in the Baltic region of Europe. About Lithuania, important point is that the which country quits from this China CEEC. It is the country Lithuania, and Lithuania is a country in the Baltic region of Europe, and its capital is Vilnius. Next topic is International Atomic Energy Agency. It is an UN United Nations agency in the World Central Intergovernmental Forum for Scientific and Technical Cooperation in the Nuclear Field. So it works for the safe, secure, and peaceful uses of nuclear science and technology, contributing to international peace and security and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So it was formed in 1957 as a result of Conference on a Statute of International Atomic Energy Agency, held at headquarters initially and was known as Atoms for Peace, and it has a headquarters in Vienna, Austria. Now it has 171 members, and it is independent international agencies, yet it reports annually to United Nations General Assembly, and it along with the Director General won Nobel Prize in 2005, and its policy making bodies decide on agencies programs and budgets, and they comprise General Conference of all member states and 35 member board of governors. So three main areas of work of IAE is that safety and security, science and technology, safeguards and verification, and the funding. It carries out its works in two main areas, that is regular program and technical cooperation programs, and these two programs financed from the separate funds. They are additionally supported by extra budgetary contributions from the member states and non-member states donors, and the budget is approved annually by the General Conference. Thank you, class.